Hi, my name is Grace Shalom Hopkins and welcome to another episode of Spin Weekly. Today we are discussing dyeing techniques, so stay tuned. Alright, so before we jump in, I just want to say this will be kind of a short intro and outro because I have anemia. I'm treating it. I did a really strong anti-inflammatory diet because my daughter and I are celiacs, and our livers started to have trouble, so, long story short, we had to work on anti-inflammatory and liver loving for a little while, and as I transitioned out of my full vegan diet and back into my regular ethical meat eater diet, I didn't account for transitional proteins and irons and my B12s and all of that good stuff that celiac people have to, worry about. So I've been sick. And that's why if I seem a little out of breath or look kind of weird, that's what that is. The other little secondary thing I thought I would show you is this fiber, the white balance. The white balance is weird, but it's the January Patreon Fiber of the Month Club fiber, and there you go. That's what you might have gotten if you were a Patreon supporter in the swag one, and that's special because it's free international shipping, and several of our people are international. I have some more spots open. I only sent 6 packages and I have 10 total available spots. So if you're interested in that, hop on. And then, to the content. The majority of this will be voiceover, but the premise of this experiment, which features the December Patreon fiber, which is just a coincidence, which was a mohair blend, and I felt like that was gonna, pardon me, really highlight the dye work that we were gonna do, so I decided to do a dye experiment. So on one hand, I did the 3 colors in vinegar and my regular Kettle dye, everything as per usual, no modifications. And then on the other hand, I did a hand-painted citric acid based acid solution, I guess. The acid dyes require an acid to activate, and you can use vinegar or citric acid. And citric acid is a lot higher concentration, ergo lots of people use citric acid, and it takes up kind of a lot less space. And I think in the long term it's probably cheaper as well. Anyway, I have citric acid and I have vinegar, and I see what I mean? Switch between the two. So yeah, I put them nose to nose to see which one I liked better. And I do think that because I am a rookie at doing hand painting, that influenced my outcome. I have done acid dyeing since then, citric acid dyeing, and I didn't notice a difference in shade other than the fact that it was significantly more convenient. However, I did notice one little, sneaky tip that you might be interested in, and see if you can pick it out as I do the voiceover. So I will meet you on the other side. Alright, so this beautiful stuff is 50/50 mohair and milk protein from Paradise Fiber. I will leave a link down below. You can see, I love this clip-in because you just get to see how this stuff shines and moves as I'm sticking it in this pot, and it is like, no, do not make me. Oh, it is the perfect canvas for a good colorway challenge. Pro tip, this spatula is not helpful for this. You usually have to go in with your hand. I usually do a gloved hand because I'm a bit sensitive to the high acid, but it kind of ruins the vibe of my video, so. You can see my fingers are starting to already turn pink. Alright, we are approaching the gold tone. I was going for the old vintage, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer kind of decorated Christmas tree vibe. So kettle dyeing, I think you've all seen it. I didn't take much footage, but that's what it looks like there, the kettle dyed gold. Now the hand painted, I decided to do a more detailed video because I don't do it very often, and I'm using all of the same colors. So this water is pre-acidy, and I didn't really know how much water to use, or, you know, honestly, I'm just kind of winging this. So as you watch this hand painting, take that into account, because I think I made too much water with not enough dye concentration. That's my first rookie mistake here. Okay, so I took the soaked fiber, and I did decide to go in with a glove, and technically I should be wearing a respirator mask, but I don't dye very often, so. And then I just went for it on top of some plastic wrap and set my jar right in front of my camera, and you can see how the dyes are really watery. I am by no means an expert on hand painting, and never have I claimed to be. So yeah, I did learn that if you roll it up, you need to kind of be careful with that last part, because it's gonna poop out. So that one wasn't actually my first one, so it went better. Okay, so then I went ahead and I curded in this glamorous shot. Look at how fantastic I look. I had just shaved my head that morning, so I have like the what am I doing? I have like the specialist haircut, I'm going to basic training vibe going on here. Oh, anyway, so yeah, I'm curding these because I wanted a smoother look, and I feel like the steaming kind of felted the fiber a little bit. I'm not totally sure. Initially I thought maybe the plastic wrap had melted onto it, because you can even see it's kind of compressed, but I didn't find any like melty bits. It didn't smell melty or anything, so I did decide to just curd it up, and it was so beautifully nuanced and also so floofy. Look at all that static. It went everywhere, all over everything. I'm so funny, but the nuance is so worth it. So there you go. You can see the kettle dyed versus the drum curded and hand painted fiber, and then they're both right there. The softer one is the hand painted, and the more intense one was the kettle dyed. And I think the reason for that is because, like I said, my dye stocks were too watery. They're too weak. So I was able to get a really nice exhaust, like you can see with my kettle dyes, and really intense color that was very spotty and beautiful. But then when I went to hand paint, you can see the volume that I use of water to dye, and I don't recommend it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on some music and then kind of meet you more towards the end and talk about a little bit of my findings other than what I've already said. And again, you can see the names of the colors that I use as I'm dyeing. I did that on purpose. Okay, so while we're watching the Bean and I card, the green, let's talk a little bit. So, like I mentioned before, their main issue was the die stock weakness, and I think that's what led to the difference. However, I also think that the hand painted provides much less opportunity for nuanced shades, because even if you allow the colors to pool into each other and kind of blend, they only have that one point of contact. So only in that one place where those cross, you get that. Where in Kettle, it's all like squiggled up into a pot. She really wants to comb this for me. It's all like squiggled up into a pot, and then there's tons of different points of contact and lots of different blending and molding happening. So you get a much more nuanced and complex tonal, in my opinion. Whereas in the hand painted, things are a lot more controlled and uniform. So when you dye, you can take that into account and choose one that works best for what you're looking for. Both of them, as you can tell, are really beautiful, and both of them yield excellent results. Just take into account what you want in the end. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments down below 2 things. What is your regular dyeing method, and do you like it? Share your thoughts and feelings about your normal dye method. And then 2, which one of these finished products do you prefer? Did you like the Kettle dyed with the citric acid, or did you like the hand painted with the citric acid and the Kettle dyed with the vinegar? Yeah, so tell me what your thoughts and feelings are there, and I will join you next week where I just finished my mittens, so hopefully I have a really nice mitten knitting video, and I've just cast on for the Nurtured sweater, which includes my own custom hand-dyed yarn and some interesting color work there. So I think you'll enjoy the knitting update the next episode. And then of course I have this on the wheel, and I will share that too. As far as other spinning updates, I am really just working through this fleece carding for my other sweater. It's just taking me forever. I feel like I just need to get combs for this one project, but I don't really justify that cost. But I mean, maybe I should. I don't know. 3rd question. What is your favorite brand of affordable but high quality combs? Asking for a friend. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to keep up with all the shenanigans here, hit the subscribe button. And if you love this show and want to support us financially and emotionally, check out the Patreon links down below. It's communist style. Everybody gets all the same things except for the swag package people. Otherwise, yeah, I will see you next time. Oh, I also forgot to mention, the Patreon people get the music-only version of this video, so it's really pretty to watch and meditative. So, yeah.